Hey, what's going on? It's Tafty from Tafty's Home for Wayward Guitars. So my big neck plans for today have been foiled. I don't have the tools that I need to bind that neck, so we're going to skip that again. So instead, the plan for today is going to be to get the neck pocket done. We're going to do a tremendous amount of sanding, which I'll spare you from that. We're also going to announce a giveaway. I said I was going to send something to the first 5 subs, and I'm going to. So if you hear your name when we get to that part, email me an address that you want me to send a couple things to. I'm not sure what those things are yet. They might just be things that I have hanging around, so expect that. Maybe t-shirts, maybe masks or something. And the other thing I'd like to try to get to is some carving on the top that I'm thinking about doing. Hopefully we have time for that. But since I'm not totally sure how I'm going to do it, it may take longer than I think. Hey, it should be fun. Today's kind of a free-for-all. So, come on back and be a part of the chaos. Alright, before we get any of that though, I'm going to take your advice. A lot of you guys left in the comments that you were really digging this. And since I do too, let's make a template out of it. Funny part is I just measured it and I can actually get a 34-inch scale bass neck on it. Another suggestion was a hollow body version. Yeah, I dig that. I always wanted to build a baritone. Yeah, so it looks like the build videos are probably going to keep coming. Also, I have another build coming up right after this one. That's a double cut Les Paul Junior, but 25.5-inch scale. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'll video that one too, and we'll all build it together. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is mark off my center lines. Is that word again? Then I'm just going to outline this. I'm going to cut it out on the bandsaw and trim it up on the router. And then I'll have it forever and ever. All right, Ryobi time. All right, here we are at the mighty Ryobi. Not much to do other than just get into it. All right, it's a little crude, but that's what the router's for. All right, before we hit the router, we're going to use the spindle sander to clean up the horns. So this is my sweet router table. I kind of made it. I actually bought the table from Luthier up in Vermont and attached this super awesome attachment to it. I think from Rockler or somebody. But it works. So, let's do it. So I learned a lot about this body by running around the router table. And what I learned is, even though it's swamp ash, it's heavy. And this little lip on the edge of my table, body this big and heavy, is kind of unstable. I might want to rethink this. That's another time. Template. All right, neck pocket. All right, so I'm going to give you all the short version of this. I have these two poplar boards, super straight. And I'm going to take these, I'm going to clamp them to my neck. Now, I'm not saying this is the be-all, end-all way of doing this. I'm just saying this is how I do it. And as they say, your results may vary. There. So those are clamped super tight to the side of my neck, giving me the perfect center line. Now, I should probably mention this. So, in order to make sure that these are evenly spaced on my center line here, I actually taped my 6-inch rule to the bottom of the body blank, lined up on the 0. That way, I can make sure that everything is evenly spaced. I like to hang this off the edge so that I can get the clamps on it. Move this whole assembly. Now I already have a center line on my neck blank. We've had that throughout the build process. So I just line that up with the center line on my body. And then I use my 6-inch rule that I taped to the body down here to get this exactly in the center. Right about there. Bottom of the neck is exactly where I want it. I'm feeling good. Clamp it there. And then clamp it there. All right. Then I'm going to throw 2 more clamps in the center here. And these two poplar boards are never going to move. And then what we're going to do is use this as our routing template. Perfectly sized to the neck. We should get a nice tight joint. If we don't, it's all my fault. All right. My next move is to clamp the whole thing down to the bench. It's going to hold the body. It's going to hold the pieces of poplar. And then I'll be able to take these clamps off and pull the neck out of there. And I'll have my routing template. Everything clamped down. We can pull this neck out of here. There it is. Perfect. I went ahead and made that mark again, like I did, if you guys remember the last video on the drill press. That's the depth I want to go. It's only 1/2 inch. I'm not going to hog out this whole thing yet. I don't have to. Once the profile is there, I can just use a template bit and I can make it as deep as I need to. Alright, we've gone as far as we need to with that router bit. I'm going to switch it out to something a little shorter. I'm going to go ahead and router this down to about 5/8. I know that's probably finished depth, but I haven't sanded the top yet, so I'm sure we'll have to router a little deeper sometime in the future. I'm going to take the boards off, take the clamps off, and we should be able to just use the pocket that's already there to router the rest of it out. All right. So have you noticed my bench top's not level? I sure have. All right, moment of truth. Well, I'd call that a success. Well, it might not be the tightest pocket I've ever routed. I'm going to call that perfect. I love it. There it is. Yeah. All right, if you made it this far, then you must be one of my first subscribers. Well then, let me send you something. So, here we go. Number one, there's no doubt about this. Chris Franklin. Of course you were the first subscriber. I'm going to put a link below to my email. Shoot me an email. Give me the address you want me to send something to. And, I don't know. Be fun. Be cool. So Chris Franklin, number one. Thank you very much, man. Number two, Sea Brisket Sugar Bush. I know who you are. Send me some kind of address, man. I'll send you a t-shirt, mask, something. I don't know. John Zucco. You are subscriber number 3. Jeff Beetzer. Beizer. I'm probably butchering that. Sorry. And number 5, Gregory Braidman. You guys just shoot me an email, taftysguitars@gmail.com. I'll get something in the mail to you. And just send me the address, man. I'll do it. To the Sullivans. Honorable mention. And you already have pretty much all my stuff. All my t-shirts and masks and such. So, bottle of something. And I'll probably drink it with you. Let's go that route. All right. Bunch more to do. All right. With the subscriber giveaway out of the way. Now it's time for a little bit of design. So you know the drill. Be getting comfortable, getting my shoes off, getting myself a drink. Oh, I got one. All right, so this is what I'm thinking. What I want to do is a multi-level top here. So I'm going to be routering some about 3/8 of an inch up in a couple of places. About 3/8 deep, maybe 1/4 deep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to carry this line down towards the bottom and around, section off down here where the controls are going to be. Then I'm going to do the same thing to the bass horn up here. And router that down probably 3/8 of an inch. All right. I think I got it. Hopefully you can see that. More or less. So that's going to be a tremendous amount of work. But, it's going to look pretty cool. All right, I'm sorry I didn't film setting up here, but there was just so much of thinking and devising going on here that I couldn't possibly film it all. So what I've done here is I've got my body clamped down. I've got a couple of scrap pieces of wood. This is not going to be for the squeamish, including myself. A lot of things could go wrong here. This could be the end of my 2020 great guitar build-off. What better reason to do it? Ugh. All right, I can't put it off. Let's do it. Those 2 lines that we sketched out, those are going to be the division between the 2 levels. So I'm going to do my best Dan Thompson impression, and I'm going to freehand route this as close to that line as I can get it, but I don't want to take the line. These scrap pieces of wood, in case you're wondering, it's so that my router never falls into a void. I've got this big base plate on here, and even when I'm routing close to the line here, part of my base plate will be on the scrap piece of wood and part will be on my body, which of course, you know from the couple episodes ago, these are actually from my body. So the same thickness. Well, I gotta stop putting this off. Whew. Why, they said? Why not? cut in a little bit more than I wanted to there, but honestly, I can straighten that out. When I say I cut in a little more than I wanted to, it's honestly probably a couple of thousandths. Oh, all right. So, plan of attack. I don't ever want there to be a situation when I'm carving this that the router base is not on two pieces of wood, because that leads to router bite, and that can ruin everything real fast. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to carve this in 3 parts. I've got this big area here that I'm going to take. That way the router base will be on this and this. Then I'm going to carve the outside here, and the router base will be on this and this. Then I've got this middle piece that I can reach from the body and the scrap wood. Just barely, but I can. I'm going to take a minute to go find myself a defibrillator so I can get my heart started again. But there we go. Unbelievable. Done. Freehand routing. Whew. Well, that was terrifying, but we got it done. Ooh, before I wrap up. So check it out. I mean, I got a lot of sanding to do. There we go. How's that? That's not bad right there. It's not super smooth, but it will be. Also, the neck. No gaps. It's awesome. All right. That's, kind of pretentious, but you know what I'm saying. I'm really excited about this design. I really like it. You can find me on Instagram at taftysguitars, on Facebook at taftysguitars, and for the next few days at least, anyway, on TikTok at taftysguitars. Who knows what's going to happen after the 20th. Thank you guys so much for all the comments. They've been awesome, so encouraging. I'm going to throw... hopefully in this video there was a little bit of surf music because people seem to love that. I just thought I was using too much of it, but if you're cool with it, I'm cool with it. As always, please like and subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me today. You've been amazing. See you next time.